everyone, Jules here from Joolsedesigns. Welcome to my channel. Another take and create, and what we've got is a little seed packet, some journal cards, a little label, and just to decorate it, what I did was I did some journal cards that would fit on, and there's flowers, there's a couple of seed packets, but they're mainly roses. They look like pinks, carnations, that's stocks, and that's daisies. So with the magic of editing, I will go away and cut these out. But just before I cut these out, these are available. This is available on my Ko-fi. It's a take and create. So you go onto my Ko-fi, you go to the take and create. It is free. It will ask you to put an amount in the cost. You just put a 0 and then you download it and print it out and cut it out and play. So as I said, with the magic of editing, I will go away and I will cut these out, and I'll be back in a few seconds. Right, that's me. Cut them out. Not the straightest, but never mind. So if you get a white line, you can either cut it off or you can ink it. This one I'll cut off. And then ink round it. And the envelope I actually printed out on 120 GSM paper, so these will need to be, well, I'm going to put these are printed out on card, so they should be enough to make it quite substantial. Going for the vintage photo. I'm not going to ink round all of them because I'll ink round them as I need them, but I'm just going to do a few. Put that there. So first of all, we need to do the envelope, and I'm just going to use a little scoreboard, and I'm just putting the white line, I'm just matching it along the last and if you want, you can do coffee dyed paper on the back of your envelope sheet so that you've got like something, you know, when you open your envelope you've got like a coffee dye design. I'm not bothered. What I usually do is I just ink it. And we'll do the 2 flaps. Right, I've not scored that one enough. We've got a little tiny white bit in there, so we'll just when I cut the flap I didn't cut it enough. And we'll open that back up. I'm just going to bring this in And this is all I do. And then when it's opened, that's all you see. So I'm just going to ink around the envelope. Well, I'm going to ink this part. Now when I design these, I do put like a dark smudged line so it looks as though it's been inked, but if you want to ink it again, that's entirely up to you. I'm just inking all the creases to get rid of the white lines, your crease lines. And we'll put that back. Just press that down, and then I'm just using glitter glue on this flap. Well, I will do if I don't have a glue clog. And then we'll put that over there. Just lifting it off a bit, putting it back down. And there we have it. Now that one has a little bit of the fold, so what I'm doing is I'm just trimming that off. I didn't realise that when I designed it. So the little flap that goes in, and then we'll just ink around this. Okay, and now that's ready for you. So you can put one on there, which I will. Now I've got some cheesecloth. I think I might put a bit of this on. I think it's doubled and doubled and doubled. Okay, so I want a little bit, and it's just all different ink colours that I've used, but I like it because it's got the it looks a bit peachy. I think it's got tattered rose in it as well. Actually, I think what we'll have is we'll have that bit there. That's more like it. So I'm going to use Trimet's fabric glue, and I'm going to put that down with the Trimet's fabric glue, and it is hanging off the edge of the envelope, which is fine. Again, it does stick paper. You can just doing it because I can, and because I've had it for years and it needs used up. It just seems to, that little bottle just seems to be going forever and ever and ever. And then we'll just put that over there like that. And then on this side, see there, and then we've got that little bit there, and I think we might put a little bit here, but I'll decide what I want on this one. I think I might put a seed packet. So I've got the stalks and I've got the daisy. And I'm just going to trim a little bit off this. And we're just going to ink round this one. And I'm just inking the corners. Oops, didn't mean to bend the corners. And that should fit on there like that. So again, put our and we've got it hanging off both sides, so that's the same side, so it just looks nice and raggedy and rough. And then place that in the middle like that, and I think we'll leave that one like that. These will fit in there if you want them, and I'm going to decorate these. I think I want this up there. It's a similar, do you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that side for journaling on, and I'm going to put these on the back. These are card, so then this will become a journal card. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to ink round. If there's a little bit of white, it's fine. I'm just that's better. And then we'll ink round there. I'm just trying to stick to the edges on this one, where on that one I've kind of slopped over a bit, which is fine. And there we are. So yeah, we have little bits of white and it looks quite effective. And I only decided to put it on the other side. I only decided to put it on the other side was because I hadn't done a tea dye or coffee dyed digital on the other side, or that looks quite nice. And there we are. So we've got that one, and this one, and I think we'll put a little bit of a little material tab on this one. I've got some lengths of linen that I've not used. Well, I did use, they were just cut-offs. I think I'll use that one, and just, and I'm just going to dirty it up a bit. And I don't know whether to put it on the top like a tab, or whether to put it on the bottom, on the side. Let me have a look, see what that looks like. I think we'll have it on the top. So I am going to stick it with trimmets. I'm going to stick it down this side. And again, we'll just you don't have to add anything to these, it's just that got some bits and bobs left, so and there we are. And I think what I might do is I might do a little stamp over there, so we'll put that way. And this one's got a bit of script on, and I think we'll go with the yep. So again, oh. And do want a bit of lace on this. This is kind of stiff lace. Yeah, I think what I might do is I might cut that in half and put a bit down both sides. Oh, there's a pattern in the middle that's allowing me to kind of get the middle right. We'll soon find out. Okay, so again, trimmets. And I'm not dirtying the lace up, I'm just leaving it as it is. And I just want kind of the wee scallops off the edge. Up. And then we'll do this one with trimmets as well, seeing as we've got lace on both sides. And there we are, we've got that. And I'm just going to trim a little bit off this, both sides. Oh, a bit wonky. And then we'll stick this one on. Here we are, we've got our 3 journal cards. I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on that one. We've got, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got 8 journal cards. I don't really want to put anything on there because it is for writing. And I'm just looking to see what we can I'm going to put that one on it. I can always count on you, and it's a little one, so hopefully it'll fit on there. And I'm going for the Onyx, VersaFine Onyx Black. And there we are. And that's just done it on material. And it looks quite cool. And we'll put that back. I'm just trying to think what else we can do. These you can make as pockets or tuck spots in your journal. Just glue them like in an L shape, and then you've got, you know, tuck spots for putting them in. But they are journal cards, so that they fit in pockets and things like that. You can make pockets out of these in your journals. You know, you can do lots of things with these. You can make a pocket with that and put your, if you haven't turned it into a tag, and put 3 of your journal cards in like that. I'm just thinking what else I can do. Right, we've got some of these. Now these were our, these were just folded over blue bits of paper, and I had made some folders with them. I've got 3 left, so that's what we'll use. Just put them on book page. Don't know whether they'll do them all, but we'll definitely do one. Pop that out the way and we'll decide which one we're going to use. I want that one. I think we'll use the rose. It just fits on there nice. And what I am going to do is I'm going to round the edge off. In fact, I'm just going to round the edge off on the outer sides like that. So we'll just and do we want some of this cheesecloth? Yep. Maybe it's a bit too much. We'll cut a little bit. It's just the same stuff as bandages. Again, put that on there. Sorry if I go quiet. See, when I'm crafting, I just get so focused on what I'm doing and I forget to talk. Sorry. And do we want some little labels? What have we got? Have a look at these. We've got awesome. Happiness is contagious. Share it with others. That's quite a nice one. What's that little one? Pride. No. I think I need to sort this out now. Like that, if my mouth doesn't say it, my face definitely will. I used to get accused of that. Try and stay quiet. When I worked at Sky Television, and my boss used to say, "Julie, I know exactly what you're thinking." And I went, "How?" She says, "Your face has just told me." I had a good boss at Sky. She was brilliant. Well, I had a few bosses. They weren't all brilliant, but Diane definitely was. Okay, and there we are. And then we'll ink. I'll bring my paper on. You can see I've been painting and stuff like that with this, so and I think what we might do is we might make a little tuck spot for the rest of them rather than make 3. I'm just letting you know what you can do, else you can do with your journal cards. So we'll ink round them. In fact, what I'll do is I'll use a different colour. I'll get ground espresso. We'll have a darker colour. Yep, I've got a little bit of the cheesecloth stuck there. So we're using ground espresso. I quite like the way that looks. And I think we'll do just a little tuck spot. Alright. As soon as my glue bottle starts to get just less than quarter full, I just seem to, there's more air in the glue bottle and it just seems to clog up a lot quicker. Okay, if you can hear any work, my next door neighbours are having work done in their front garden, so we'll put that in there. I don't want to push it into until it's dried, but that will fit in there. I'm saying it'll fit in there, maybe it won't, but I'll trim it to fit in there. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put this on, and it says if my mouth doesn't say it, my face definitely will, because I quite like that. And we'll put that down there. I think even my mum could always tell what I was thinking. Right. What I'm doing is I did lift it up with that, so we need to trim a little bit off, which is fine. Sometimes you have to do these things, so I'm just going to trim a little bit off each side so it just makes the flower pot more central. Yeah. And there we are. So we've got our, which came with the kit, we've got our packet of seed packet, and our little journal cards will fit in there. So you can keep them until you Not sure about this one because we've got lace on the edge, so no. So what we'll do is we'll just fit that one in there because it won't go in the tuck spot. It's too wide. But we could put a belly band on the back, whatever. But I'm just going to slip it in there, and there we have it. So we've got some nice bits of ephemera, and it's on the Take and Create on my Ko-fi site. So you just take it, download it, print it and play. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.